Good morning. Today I'm gonna build the fishing landing net frame using this branch that I found. I already cut some pieces off. So I'm gonna take all the bark off. Eventually I'm gonna bend it this way to make a circle. Now I don't know if I'm gonna keep this piece here because it's thinner than this one, or put another branch here and twist it here and tie it together. That way it kind of matches this one because it's going to look kind of funny. This one's so thin. Alright, as you can see, I took most of the bark off. I haven't cut any pieces off yet. But now, you see how there's still some of this stuff here. So I'm using the back of the knife. See that? That way I don't dull the blade when there's no need for it, and I don't overcut. So you can just scrape that out. Makes it a nice clean look. So I'm going to do this the whole thing and I'll be back. Just wanted to show you guys that little section there. See, comes out pretty easy. Just using the back of the knife. Of course, this knife has a nice flat surface on the back, which makes it nice. Alright, so I'm going to finish the whole thing and I'll be back. Alright, took the rest of the bark off. See, it gives it a nice look. Feels a lot nicer. I didn't do it to this one because what I'm going to do is the knife out of here and put it in a safe place so I don't step on it and cut myself. So I didn't took the bark off of this one because I'm going to cut it right here. It's going to look too funny. This one's so thin, especially when I take the bark off, it's going to be even thinner. And I wanted to have a nice look like this one. So I got a little branch, another branch that kind of about the same size as this. So right now I'm going to cut this, finish cleaning the rest of this, and get the other bark, the other branch, and try to match it to this one. So I want to go like this and bend it eventually. So let's do that. So I'm going to cut this off right now with my little saw that I got here. Just makes it a lot easier. There we go. Ooh. Almost got the chair. So I'm going to smooth this out. See, it's all rough. I'm going to smooth that out, clean this out, and get the other branch and clean that out. Okay, now I got all this bark off, the branches off. I moved this area out. Still haven't made a cut here because I'm still not sure if I'm going to use this piece or not. And this is the other branch right here that I'm going to use to tie here and eventually bend them. That's why I don't want to cut this, because I might want to tie these two together once I bend them, this way. So I'm going to of course, cut this off, peel the bark off, and go from there. Alright, so I'm going to be taking the bark off of this one. This came out pretty nice. So now I'm going to do the same thing to this. Just cut this off. I kind of aim up, because if I go deep, I might make too much of a cut into here, and then this will be ruined. So, alright, so I'm going to take the bark off of this. Clean it up, give it a nice look, smooth it out, and then we'll work with it from there. Okay, just want to make sure it's recording. I'm in the shot. Okay. Let me stand up so you can see a little bit more. I love working with a knife. You know, you develop skill how to use it, you'll be safe. Just be careful if you try this. Wear gloves, whatever you have to, just be careful. Okay, I took all the bark off and cleaned it up. So now I'm gonna see what's gonna work best to do this frame right here for the net. So I gotta see if bending it this way or this way. I'm gonna have to tie it first, right here, and then work from there. So I'm gonna mess with that right now. So it's gonna take me a little bit to figure it out, what's gonna work the best. And then I'll come back and show you guys what I did. Alright, so I'm starting out with a clove hitch knot. And then I'm going to tie the two together. And see what happens. See what's going to work worth. I got to try different options and see what's going to work the best. We won't know until we try this. I'm using the advantage of this band right here. Face it out and see how this goes. By the way, quick tip. See how this is so coming apart here on the paracord? All you need to do is burn that in so this doesn't happen. So let's do that right now. Oop. So just burn that in. I'm going to try to do one hand and squeeze it in. Just don't burn yourself because that's going to be very hot. Oh, and there goes a match. But you see, it's all burned in now, so that won't come apart. I'm actually going to burn it a little bit more because I'm not satisfied with that. So let's do that. Alright. Ooh. There we go. Now, that won't happen. The fluffiness that was happening to the paracord at the end, it will stop from doing that. Quick little tip. Alright, so I temporarily tied it, just roughly, just so it will take some shape while it dries. It's going to be kind of big, but of course it's going to look bigger in the camera because it's facing the camera real close. But it's gonna work. I'm gonna let it take some shape. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit, probably a couple of days, and then I'll try to close it in a little bit more. So I tried to close it in a little bit more, and it started breaking a little bit here. So I have to scrape that off. So there you guys have it. Let it dry, and it's gonna be. Of course, once it gets dry, it's gonna be a lot lighter. Right now, so it's a little heavy for fishing landing net frame, so but it's gonna work. Remember, this is in a survival situation. We're out in the woods, and don't go fishing without this because I have dropped a lot of fish because I didn't have one of these. So they come very, very handy. All right, I'll see you guys in a couple of days. All right, so I cut this piece off because there was a weak spot here, and when I tried to bend it, it looked like it was gonna snap. So I cut it, and this is what I've done. Made it a lot smaller, of course, because it's gonna work better in the long run. I just tied it up with paracord right here for now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a piece and put it right here, and then tie it. So I've got this little branch here, which I'm gonna cut and peel and all that stuff. And basically it's gonna go across like this. So I'm gonna look for the best section here and cut it and peel it. So let me cut the ends off, and then we figure out what section works the best. It's gonna work the best, most straight. Let's see. Could be right there, or no, that's too crooked. So yeah, let me cut the ends off, and then we go from there. So I found the perfect little spot. See how it kind of curves up? So that's gonna give it a nice look to it, because it's pretty decent straight. So that gives it a nice little loop on top, which will work very well. So I'm gonna cut probably about to there, so we can tie it. Then we can trim it down a little bit more if we need to. So let me do this little cut here. I don't know if this is gonna be in the shot. I don't want to be moving the camera around a lot. I got it in a perfect spot right now, so I'm just gonna use this. Okay. Sure to what? So there you go. So that should work really well. Now I'm just gonna peel it off. Peel all the bark off, make it nice and pretty. Got our knife here. Gotta go nice and slow because I don't want to take too much bark off and cut into the branch with the little stick that we got here. Just take your time, nice and slow. Alright, so I'm going to continue, just going to take the bark off. So I got all the bark off, but I want to take all the little fine little bark off of the back of the knife. This way we don't cut too much, and gives it a nice little clean look. See, now we're getting all this stuff off. You should actually save this if you want and use it for tinder to make a fire once it dries out really well. On the other side. There you have it, nice and clean. So now I just got to tie it over here like this. Now I need to make some cordage because the one I got is not enough, but I might use some snare wire just to hold it in place and tie a little bit tight, and then dress it with the some cordage that I'll make, or some ropes that I make. give it a nice rough look, you know, outdoorsy. All right, so there you guys have it. It's taking a nice shape, and let's go from there. There you go. Feels good. So it's getting ready to catch some fish. Just gotta build a net. All right, I put some weight on this and left it overnight to straighten it out a little bit because it was really archy. This one here, the other side. So now I kind of straighten out a little bit. It's a little drier. So I'm gonna take the strands out of the paracord to make the net for the fishing landing net. And I cut 2 paracords for now, about 5 feet long, probably a little bit over 5 feet. So let's take these out. Strands out. There we go. Try not to block the shot. And I'm just gonna hang them here for now. Oh, just gonna hang them here till I got them all down. Let's see if I need to cut more. I'm gonna be doing this by hand, not without a needle and a gauge card. So I still gotta practice how to do that. I'm sure it would have been a lot easier, but it's okay. Alright, so that's one string. Looks like we might need like 3. So let me get the other ones out. Go. I'm just throwing them over just to give me an idea how much I need. For sure I'm going to need one more, at least one more. Depends how big they'll make the squares or the little triangles for the net. But I guess we can start with this. So, want to get it on the bottom, matching the length. Hold them together. And now, basically just put it over. Grab it and just pull. Nope. Alright, so basically you just want to grab it, you know, make sure they match the ends, same length. Okay. And pull it through like that. And we can always move it around, you know, move it back and forth. This is just to get them looped up. So let's do that. Alright, so I'm going to get them all, I'm going to do them all. basically go like this. Oops. And just grab it, pull the strands through, and that's it. Alright, so you guys can see I put all the strands on all three sides. This side, this side, this side. So now I just gotta start tying them together and start building the net. Alright, time to start tying the net, making the net. So let's get to it. I'll try not to block as much as I can, but I don't know if I can. So basically you get the inside strands and tie them together and go from there. So I'm gonna do the first one here. You can see, try to get it in the middle like that. Depends how big you want that. But not. See, I'm moving it. Oh, let me make sure this is tight enough. All right. So grab the inside. I don't want to make it too big, otherwise the fish might get out. And there's the first one. Let me get a close up. It's hard to see, but it's right there. So I'm gonna do all the top ones and then keep going after that. So I try to match it with that one best I can. And now using a needle net, it will be a lot easier. You make it, you will make it more evenly, but I'm gonna do it like this for now. Alright, so I'm gonna do the rest of it and I'll be back. So made all the little top ones done. Now I just gotta keep going down until I get all the way to the bottom. Some are not very even, but I'll do my best. As long as it holds the fish. Might not be the prettiest one, but as long as it works. Alright, it's coming along slowly but surely. I got a big gap here, so I'm gonna have to put maybe 1 or 2 more strings and move this to the back so I can tie them easier, because it's kind of hard to get back here and tie them. So that kind of messed me up, but it's coming along. It's coming along. Alright, coming along slowly but surely. It's a slow process. I'm trying, and I gotta stop recording because if I'm like this, I'm in the way. So I guess you can see a little bit there. So let me do a few like this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Tie this one up. See, I was gonna leave this one's to the back for later because it's very uncomfortable to tie this one's up. See there a little bit. It's not the prettiest, but as long as serve its purpose to catch the fish and for the fish not to fall out of here. It's not hard to do, it's just very time consuming. But it sure is worth it. Because you don't want the fish to fall off your hook and you lose your meal. See, trying to see if you can see that. Just basically hold it, toss it over, and tie it. Grab the inside ones. Kind of match it, you know. I'm just trying to keep them small. I don't want the fish to come out of there to the little hole there. See, that one might be a little too big. Yeah, fish can come out of there. So what you can do is, since I already tied it, squeeze it again and just do it again. Make it smaller. Have to do that on the other side. Let's just hope it goes through here, okay. See, it's a little smaller now. Not the prettiest, but it'll work. And that's what we want. Alright, so I'm going to continue all the way around and come back again, alright? So it's a slow process, so we gotta keep going. So I'm gonna keep making some rolls and come back and when it's almost done. Alright. Alright, so done. The bottom is loose, of course, so I'm just gonna tie the bottom. I'm gonna grab it like this and make a knot on the bottom. So probably about so. That should be good enough. There you guys have it. I'll make a few more knots and probably make a few loops through here, but that's it. It is done. Very time consuming, but it's done. And next time I go fishing, I'm definitely gonna use it.